Good morning, viewers. Well, it's just after sunrise in what's getting on for mid-August, and I arrived back to the house last night just as it was getting dark, and I haven't been here for, I think now, over 3 months. The place has been locked up, and the village has been on the periphery of the Thai-Cambodian border dispute, and I want to have a look round now and see what's been going on, see what the property looks like. Let's go and have a wander around outside first, shall we? So no one's actually been looking after the place. Not physically by coming in here. And we're in the rainy season. Yes, this is a bit of a messy area. This terrace needs a good clean. Nice to be back. Got plenty of weeds to deal with. This tree's looking a bit sad. There was a nest in here last time. Oh, here it is. Long abandoned. Tiny little nest. Lots of leaves are dying from this. I think this tree probably suffers from overwatering, or suffers when it is overwatered, because there has been plenty of rain here, and it doesn't seem to have taken too kindly to that. Look at all these dead leaves. One or two fruits, but not as many as there were when I left. These have all survived anyway. The cactus garden is looking good. Just needs to be weeded. Wow, these are huge. These were thinned out a lot at this end, so I could transplant them along here. And they've all taken. They're all nice and thick now. Oh. My ganja plants have died. Well, I did expect that to happen. My cannabis is long gone. I thought they would, because I realised after I bought them how foolish it was, what bad timing it was, because whilst I had them on the balcony of the condo in Pattaya, having no clue as to how to look after them, I realised that if they weren't watered daily and kept out of direct sun, then I would have had it. So yeah, so I'll have to get another couple of those if I want to pursue that cultivation. Actually, selling cannabis for recreational purposes in Thailand is once again illegal. It's, in fact, when I say once again, as far as I understood it when they relaxed everything a few years ago, it was only ever really relaxed to be sold for medicinal purposes, but the law was never really drafted correctly or well, and the lines were very blurry. But it's still not illegal to grow cannabis as an individual, as long as you're not cultivating it for commercial purposes. Mocha welcomed me last night. He heard the car coming despite not hearing it for 3 months. Come on, boy, you can come in now. Hello? Hello? Yes, excited to see me, aren't you? Eh? Yeah. Because you're going to get fed more. Look at this out here. This is all overgrown here. I can't. Last night I struggled to get the gate back, so I'll have to clear that. The runway for the gate is all overgrown. Oh. Just a couple of small weeds to deal with down this side. Yeah, that looks good now along the edge here. This is the last section I planted, and it was really small and sort of thinned out. Everything's quite bulky now, so that's really good. We've got a nest. We've got a nest up there behind the security light. I don't think there's anyone in it now. They're long gone. Oh, now that's interesting. Last night there was a tail of a snake hanging down from just up there, just up there. Oh, there it is. There it is, a snake tail. So we've still got a snake that likes to go up high in the garage to shed its skin. Before the garage extension was built, it used to be up here somewhere in the corner, and now it's tending to do it over in the middle there, so yeah. I don't know where it lives exactly, probably in those trees, but it comes in here to shed its skin. Plenty of weeds down the side here. I turned the waters, all the water valves are turned off before I went away, so last night I went round turning them on. So this new one here that I put in before, that's fine, no leaks from that. But what I did notice straight away was this one here was dripping, and you can see how the ground is wet here. It's still dripping actually, and this is a replacement one. This is not one of the weak ones that I'm aware leak, so that's disappointing. It's still dripping. I mean, I could just turn it off. It's only actually feeding a a tap in the shower, I think. Just go and have a look. Just go and have a look which one that is. I haven't been in here yet. I might find a snake in here. No, that pipe feeds the actual shower, so if anybody wanted to use this shower, that needs to stay on really. It's a nuisance. It needs a bit of a clean then. Look at these hooks, this is very odd. They're covered in these tiny little flies. I don't know why they like going on those hooks. There was another nest being built here at the back of the garage just before we had the garage roof extended, but we frightened the birds away with the work over the 3 days that it was being done, and they didn't come back to finish that particular nest. They're probably the ones that have made the nest behind the security light. I noticed that there was some sticks and things. Well, I saw a bird, but once this roof was finished, I saw birds going in the back here to make nests, and I see there's a little bit of debris there. Yes, a little bit of debris there, so I'm guessing that there's been a nest up there as well, which is fine as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, so it's a bloody nuisance, that drip. I've tried turning the tap on and off a few times just to see if it will seal itself again. It's all right when it's turned off. It doesn't drip, so that's good. It means I could just leave it turned off. So we don't really use that shower, as you probably gather. We don't really use it that much. But as soon as I turn it on, look at it, it's pouring out. Although it starts to slow down a bit, so I don't know what's going on there. Lack of use, I suppose. Just probably deformed the rubber ball inside. Sometimes when you mess about with them, they seal themselves. See, like there. Now I've got it partially closed. It's not dripping now. Maybe that's the answer. Maybe leave it half open. Put it fully open. Oh, look at that. Well, would you believe it? I don't know if it's got a very slow leak now, but it's certainly not going as fast as you saw it then. Look at all these what I would call pine nuts. God, look at that fella. Look at that. Look at that giant centipede. Apparently they're poisonous, so I'm not going to touch him. Wow. Yeah, there's plenty of debris around here from the these are the seed pods. That's the seed. That's the pod. They're from all these trees here, these rubber trees. There's a lot of tidying to do here. This is what happens when you ignore a place for a few months. It's beautiful and quiet here. I've been back in the UK for a couple of months, so that was a bit disappointing, to be honest. It's a bit of a shit show over there now. It's nice to be back in the peace and quiet of the Esan countryside, village life. Our neighbours have ploughed their field. They're going to start growing stuff again. That's not been cultivated for a few years now. We've been in the house now 2 years, over 2 years since we finished, and before when we were building it, which was 12 months, there was no cultivation of this field, so that's interesting to see. The other thing I've noticed is that our neighbour doesn't seem to be looking after any buffalo now. Just there is where they normally keep the buffalo overnight. I noticed last night there were no buffalo in there. Normally you shine a torch over there and you get all the eyes looking at you. And there's nothing happening over there now. Oh, they've moved them. They're there. Oh, okay. The buffalo have moved house. Now this village hasn't really been affected, or this local town, Nom Din Dang, hasn't been affected by the temporary hostilities between Thailand and Cambodia, although we are within range of the shortest type of rocket that Cambodia has to offer, which is a range of about 50 kilometres, and we're about 40 kilometres from the border just here. Nom Din Dang has had some refugees to look after apparently, but I think largely they've gone back now. Some of Sun Tre's family came to the old house that was renovated. I don't know if they're still there, but I doubt it. This road has been done, well, that's not quite the right expression. It was done actually just before we left the house, so when Sun Tre went to work and I went back to the UK. They had a big vehicle come along here and flatten it and level it, you can see how it's pushed the soil to along the edge of the roadway there, and we were thinking that that was the preliminary action before they were going to come and cover it with a harder stone that some of the other village roads have got, but nothing's happened, which is a shame because the uneven areas of this are opening up again, and they've actually reduced the level of the road surface so that when we try and drive into the driveway now, we've got a bit of a step to go up. So that's a shame. Maybe it'll happen later after the rainy season is finished, but I'm not holding my breath. Oh my goodness, look at that. Let's see if I can show you this giant spider we've got here. Of course it doesn't look very much, does it, on the video? But I can assure you that spider is as big as my hand. It's hanging down from the power lines there on a giant web, which is strung up between the power lines and the lower roof line there. And the web on the power lines goes right along. That's where it starts, and it's absolutely massive web. And apparently that's not a good spider. Yeah, I know, you can't really see it, can you? This videoing is not very good. I haven't done a video for months. There's a weeds to deal with around there. Let's go and have a look in the house. I left the house really clean, and as per usual I tried to clear it out of geckos, and I think this time largely successfully. We've got a bit of evidence of gecko activity down this window here, and inside the window frame area, lots of poos. I think they're getting in this window somehow, because the activity is all just along here really. We've got no other worries about geckos through the rest of the house. It's all pretty clean really, a little bit of dust here and there to worry about and clean up. Lots of spiders, lots of hoovering to do with spiders' webs and things. But actually, nothing else to worry about. The rooms have been kept as clean as when I left them really. Got a couple of gecko poos on the floor here. Yeah, there might be one living in this room. Anyway, I did get one gecko last night that came out from behind that curtain there. He wasn't very quick. He was easy to get. I suspect he's probably quite weak and hungry, because there wouldn't have been anything much in the way of food in this place over the last few months. No flies this time anyway from this damn fridge. Anyway, this was turned off and left open. Doesn't smell too bad. It doesn't stink of rotting flesh like it did before anyway. No, that's okay. Yeah, so it's looking alright actually. Quite happy. Got a bit of unpacking to do this morning. Get sorted. And get back to rural life. No signs of any water damage. No signs of any leaks. We came back one time to find the roof a bit wet up there. That's been fixed and it seems to have held. No extra cracking that I've noticed from settlement. The cracking that we had has stayed the same now for getting on, I don't know when the video was that I did about it, but it's got to be a good 6 to 9 months ago. So I can probably mend that now and repaint it without any worries. No, it's been good so far. Just really the tidying is just really outside the garden and the patio area, which I'll deal with over the next couple of days. Yeah, good to be back. Nice and green out there. Yeah, just the sound of the countryside now. Beautiful.